let's begin. So, our adventure begins 60 miles south of the quaint village of White Sparrow. Deep within the misty forest, three adventurers find themselves traveling west down the narrow, overgrown trail deeper into the forest. It's a hot summer's day, and it reminds you guys of hot summer days that you spent your youth in these very woods. After a couple days of traveling through the wilderness, you turn a bend to see a massive wooden sign on the edge of the trail. It says, "Welcome to Camp Clearwater." The sign has a simple painting of a lake flanked on all sides by tall trees. About a few hundred feet ahead of you, you see the timbered entrance to the camp, as well as a few cabins lurking in the distance. Camp Clearwater is somewhat well known in this part of the world for being a summer camp for young adventurers. The camp counselors teach campers important survival and combat techniques essential for exploring the dangers of the continent of Faerun. It seems like just yesterday that the three of you were drawing a sword for the first time, landing ill-placed blows on the simple straw practice dummies down by the lake, being introduced to the wonders of magic for the first time, and even forming the unbreakable bonds of friendship that will prove to last a lifetime. It is you three friends who had once participated at the camp many years ago were asked by the owner and longtime friend, Steve Dubin. He asked you to come aid the camp in getting ready for the new upcoming campers in a few weeks. Steve is short-staffed and business. He tells you he has to attend business 6 days ride from camp. So of course you all accept the invitation and willing to help a friend in need. And this is where we find ourselves. So let's do some character introductions. We'll start at the top of the list. Horcus, tell us about yourself.
Well, I was a former librarian. I'm just pretty much learning on spells. And that's pretty much about it.
What do you look like? I don't really care what you do.
Oh, what am I?
Who are
what
you?
am I oh,
Paint me
I'm
a
just
picture.
this guy in a green robe that has a club and a quarterstaff.
Is he human or?
He's a high elf. Wait, half elf.
Okay. All right, simple man, learning some magic. All right, Horcus, you're walking down the edge of the road, and next to you is your longtime friend Scorch.
Hey there, Scorch. What's cooking?
Scorch, who are you?
Scorch is a somewhat dusty hobgoblin in, I don't want to say like rusty chainmail, but not the cleanest looking chainmail.
Seasoned.
He's been around the block a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely a lack of hygiene there. He's got beady little eyes and somewhat baldish looking, creepy kind of looking, but
Creepy.
kind of looks a little like a creeper, but overall nice person.
Okay, very interesting. So, Scorch, you're walking down the center of this trail, and over to your right is Gur. Go ahead and describe yourself, Gur.
I am a half-orc soldier in my local militia, and I'm about 7 foot tall and prefer two-handed great weapons.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you guys travel down the road, you enter what looks like this summer camp. You see all the small little cabins nearest you. Forest surrounds you on all sides. Just in the distance, you can see the glimmer of the lake. And as soon as you arrive to the main camp proper, you see out of the nearest large cabin 6 of these young humanoid figures come walking towards you. And these are the camp counselors. You can tell it because they're wearing these yellow tunics, and they have like short trousers on, and they have the word counselor embroidered right on the chest of the tunics. They all come up to you and introduce themselves. They're all young, mostly human. They introduce themselves as Ned, Jack, Bill, Marcy, Brenda, and Alice. They're all fairly young, humans in their 20s. A few seconds later, an old man walks up to you with a big smile on his face, and you guys recognize him. You haven't seen him in a good 10, 15 years, but you can tell this is Steve. Steve comes up and says, "Hey, welcome back to Camp Clearwater, boys. I really need your help with some renovations around here, and I can't offer you much except a comfortable bed and 3 square meals a day, but I will be indebted to you. It's good to see you again." And he comes up and he gives you guys all a big hug, and he kind of pats you on the back, and he looks up to Gerd, and he's like, wow, you've really shot up, son."
A little bit. Nothing crazy. As I look down on him.
So he steps back and he says, well, I have to get going, and I'd like to stay and chat, but perhaps in a couple days when I come back, we'll all sit down and we'll sit around the fire and we'll have something to eat. It's good to eat, and maybe crack a few cold ones. We'll reminisce about the good old days, but for now, you're in good hands here with my counselors. And he kind of points over to them all and he says, "Right, guys?" And they all kind of just nod their head. They all seem like enthusiastic of meeting you guys, and like maybe they've already heard a lot about you, and they kind of look up to you as you're kind of like locally known as somewhat of seasoned adventurers, already being like 3rd level. I mean, your name's been around a little bit. So the counselors all come up to you, and they kind of gather around, and Steve he hitches up his horse, gets in the wagon, and he says goodbye. You see him trail off down through the woods, and the counselors all come up and they say, well, you guys are going to stay in the big cabin, and you guys can pick any room you want. So go ahead, settle in, get some sleep, and tomorrow there's going to be a lot of work to do. We really need your help, and there's only a few days before all the campers come, so we have a lot of work to do, and we're glad you're here. So we'll show you the way, and they kind of lead you off down the path. It's not too far to this large wooden cabin. It's actually in really well maintained shape. This cabin. As you kind of walk through the main trail, you see a couple other kind of like run-downish sort of cabins that you can kind of see. You kind of roll your eyes as you walk in because you know you're gonna get stuck doing some shit work here. But here, let me throw you guys on this map here. So you guys can see this, I'm hoping.
Yep.
All right, so this is your big cabin. So you guys you walk in. The front door is down here. As you guys enter, you open up to this. Like I said, it's a really nice looking place. It's got these large ceilings, some old rustic furniture in there, and the counselors lead you in and say, "Yeah, go ahead, stay in any room you want. There's plenty of rooms for everybody, and go ahead and settle in and grab something to eat." And then you look over on the table, and there's a couple large plates of food, a couple loaves of bread, and a couple of flagons of ale, all already waiting for your arrival. So you guys can enter, and you have some time to talk amongst yourself. And
I'm just gonna go to get a loaf of bread.
the whole loaf.
Where are you getting bread from? Icebox.
Yeah, there's a table over here, and there's some food and
I'm
stuff.
just gonna take a slice of it.
There's a small kitchen. All the doors to the bedrooms are all unlocked. You guys walk around and take the tour a little bit, and the counselors they kind of hover around the door a little bit, and they all kind of slink out. back out the front door.
Just kicks the front door open, looks over at Horkus, and is like, "Hey, Chet, save me a couple pieces of that bread.
What's up, Scorch?
I'm hungry, that's what's up." So you may already said this, but is it morning time?
So it's like late afternoon, early evening by the time you guys walked a few days and you got here. Like I said, they're kind of expecting you to go ahead and like take a load off, look around, check out the camp a little bit, grab a bite to eat, and turn in for the night because they're gonna need your help apparently in the morning. But
Now, what are these here?
this looks like a bookshelf.
Oh. Is there anything about the bookshelf? Just want to take a look at it.
Just by going through it, like you just without having to do any roll or anything, you just start looking through the bookshelf, and you see a bunch of books over like survival books and things, what to do if you get poison ivy on your skin, and different things, how to make tinctures and different things that would help you survive in the wilderness. But it's stuff that you probably like are starting to look at, and you start reminiscing about. Oh, I remember reading these books when I was here 15 years ago.
Okay.
So is this the exact building we stayed in before, or did we?
No,
Is it not?
so you're in like the counselor's building. There's like two of these larger buildings where like the older like counselors stay in. When you were here previously, you guys were just campers. You were kids, just learning to be adventurers. You were staying in smaller cabins that are all throughout the property.
So this was like one of the restricted, couldn't go in areas when we were younger.
Yeah, you only imagine what was kind of going on in here.
Oh, we know what was going on in your chat.
So yeah, it's up to you guys. If there's nothing you don't want to do, and you guys don't really feel the need to reminisce or talk amongst each other, you're more than welcome to take a rest and spend the night and get ready for morning. But
What do you say, guys?
I'm over here trying to forage for some scraps, whatever's left over on this table here.
There's not much left. I've been eating them all.
yeah, as you go over there, Gur's just sitting in a stool, and he's kind of like taking up two stools, just like chowing down.
Yup.
Now, is the fire going on in this fireplace here? That's what this is, right?
Yep, it's not currently going on, so.
All right. I'm going to use my little
Marcus.
produce flame to start it up.
Nice. Yeah, so you guys look over, and Horkus is standing there, and you see him kind of like wave his hands around a little bit, and a little flame pops up, and he just kind of reaches down and touches the wood that is in there, and you instantly see it all just start igniting, and the whole room starts to glow.
And then I just sit down and relax.
Scorch just looks over at him like that's the most baller shit he's ever seen.
Yeah, because I would assume that the last time you probably had seen him, he was like just learning how to start making a little spark in his hand, but
He was actually kind of just talking about learning about it, but he wanted to learn, and we kind of clowned him about it. So we see some improvement here.
So, which rooms are you guys taking? I mean, anybody claim a bedroom yet?
Yeah, I need one of the big beds.
Scorch is used to not having much, so he's kind of just gonna take whatever room. they
Yeah,
give me. I'm kind of a leftover guy, so
I guess I'll just
Thank
take
you,
this
guys.
room.
I mean, Gur would probably come in here and knock down this wall and have 2 bedrooms for one.
I don't know if Steve would be too happy about you just wrecking walls in his cabins, but So yeah, so each of these rooms have like they're all like pretty well furnished. This is kind of like the luxury cabins in the property. So like each room has a little like foot locker, wardrobes, dressers and stuff, but places to put your belongings. You guys kind of like all just kind of search around through stuff. Everything's empty. There's nothing to loot in here. I know how you guys are with loot.
So, is this a shower or something right here?
Those are balconies
I can't tell.
or like porches,
they're
I guess you'd say
balconies?
outside.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's like a long porch that goes around the side of the property or the side of the building, and then out in the front there's like a front porch with a picnic table on it, a little bench. These are the bathrooms down here.
Oh, I guess I'm gonna go to sleep.
I don't know where the access
Um,
is, but there's a cellar beneath here as well. But
Up top.
oh yeah,
Guess I'm gonna clean this bedroom here in the top corner for now, since you guys. I'll take the little beds.
so is that what you're doing? You guys are all just going to bed?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so yeah, you guys get a real good night's rest. This is super peaceful. All you hear is the sound of loons out in the lake, and it's a nice night's sleep. And you wake up early the next morning, and you smell bacon cooking right in your own cabin. As you wake up and you see Alice, one of the counselors. She's making you breakfast in the room, and you guys kind of all wake up and stumble out of your rooms one at a time into the main room here, and you see her cooking over the stove. Her back's to you. She's over in the corner.
Scorch's just gonna get up and come out with the smell of bacon and just take a deep inhale.
So when you guys kind of walk out, she turns around and hears you. She's like, "Oh, good morning, guys. I'm glad that you're up so early. We have plenty of work to do today. So sit down, have something to eat. The other counselors will be with us. I have a whole big list of things to do, but there's not a whole lot of time to do it. So maybe we could devise a plan and all work together." And she seems like super chipper and excited to get her day going. She comes over and she fills your plates full of eggs and bacon.
Bacon. I haven't really eaten a lot of this.
Hope you got another couple of pounds over there.
And she looks, she's like, "Well, actually, we probably are running low. That's going to be on the list. Something to do. There's plenty of supplies that need to be taken from the storage shed. Maybe a big strong fellow like you would be really helpful for us to go and fetch it."
I threw my back out yesterday. I'm good.
Make a persuasion check. First roll of the game. So she kind of like looks at you and like raises one eyebrow, and she's just like, "Oh, really? Okay." And she starts giving more eggs to the other friends next to you.
Scorch just looks over. Alice, is it?
Yes, it's me, Alice.
Seems my friend. Horkus and I are more than happy to help you with whatever you need.
Oh, and that's very swell. So a couple of minutes later, you hear the front door open up, and in walks another young woman. She also kind of has like a spring to her step, and she kind of effortlessly glides across the room and comes up behind you guys at the table, and she's like, "Hi, good morning, everybody. My name's Brenda, and I'm so happy that you're here to help us out." She says, "First and foremost, here's the map. Steve wants all of the cabins at least given a once over so we can check everything out, and if anything needs to be cleaned up or taken care of before all the little guys come, it would be really helpful. And here is the map. So that should be in all your journals now.
Yep.
So I don't know if I can click on this, can I? Not really. So you guys are in the. You see where the big lake is in the center, right? And there's just 3 small cabins. You're just north of that. There's the one larger cabin, kind of kitty corner from there, right in the middle there.
You're talking about the 3 cabins next to the lake, right?
Yeah. So the one that's closest to that, just to the north of that, that's the cabin that you guys are in.
Okay.
So she kind of hands the map over to you, Horcus, and she says, "Now there's quite a few few structures on the property. So you guys are gonna have to figure out how we're gonna have time to check each and every one of them. Plus, let me see, what else did we have to do today? Bill needed some help. I heard that there were some bears, some hungry bears tore one of the cabins up." And Bill was kind of upset that he's going to have to go clean it up, so he could definitely use some help up there. And then she points to you on the map where that was. What else? Oh, Marcy, she needed some inventory taken of some camping gear. It's out in a shed. It's kind of out there by itself, so if somebody would like to just like kind of go with her, because she's kind of scared of bears, that would be swell too. And trying to think of I think Jack needed some help down by the docks. He was working on a boat or something, and I don't know, but. And then Alice, and she points over to Alice. Alice, what was that Steve wanted you to do? She's like, well, the supplies. Remember, we need to transport all the supplies from the shed all the way across camp back to here. So it's probably going to take quite a while. But with you guys helping, I'm sure it would be a lot easier. Even if you do have a thrown out back. And she just kind of rolls her eyes again. I could see you guys are all excited for this, Brenda says.
Of course, just looks over at Horcus and says, "You can handle the cleaning. After all, you are the bitch out of all our friends."
I ain't no bitch, Chef.
Just reach over, give him a little nuggie. All right, who wants to do what?
I'll go do the supplies.
I'm going to check in on the bears. Orcus?
Horcus, were you going to sit on your ass all day?
No, I'll have my flame out on. Bring light.
Well, right now it's daytime, so it's morning.
Oh, all right.
But you can still light the way if that's something you're inclined to do.
Yeah. Well, actually. Yeah, I'll just stick by her.
By who, Alice?
You're going to have
Yeah.
All right, so so what's the plan here? What are you guys gonna do? Are you splitting up? Are you guys gonna tackle one thing at a time, or are you guys, how are you gonna work
Split
this?
up.
however you guys want to do it. I mean,
And Brenda's there, so she says like I'm ready to work when you guys are.
Orcus, you want to
Well,
start cleaning
let's-
out these cabins?
ain't no housekeeping.
Alice kind of
I
like
just wanna not-
interjects in between you guys. She's like, not to eavesdrop or anything, but I'm pretty sure didn't Steve like ask you guys to come here and help though? Maybe she looks over at Brenda. She's like, maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
Just reach over, elbow Horkus a little on his side, and say, "It'll all be worth it after."
I feel like Horkus is like awkward around women, so he's kind of like sitting there nervous. And so Alice is like, well, I guess me and Brenda will go get started. I'll pick up your plates, and she starts throwing things back into the sink, and then her and Brenda start heading outside.
Oh, I follow Alice to the supplies.
Okay.
Horkus, I'll
Yep.
stand up from the table. You want to come clean these cabins, or go do the dishes?
So I'll put you guys on the like overview map here. Yeah, because you guys are here. So you guys, Gur's gonna go with Alice. So let me see if I have tokens for them. Not that it really matters, but we'll just track people's location for where they're headed. Let me see what it comes with. I'm not seeing an Alice. Well, that's lame. So they don't give me the. So I'm gonna use this counselor token. Boom. Is that a guy? It's a dude. Okay, well, you know, beggars can't be choosers. They don't even let you pick a different token. Okay, so we have 1 and 2. So one of these gentlemen is Alice, and the other is Brenda. So Alice and Gur are headed off to. Okay, so you have to head all the way over here to. This is the storage supplies, and you're gonna bring the supplies back to B7, which is. All right, so this is like one of the other main camps. So, like I said, there's a couple of those larger buildings. So there's actually 4 or 5 of them. I think there's 5 of them of the larger, like cabin, like counselor cabins. All right, so she heads off with Gur over to here. So what are you guys? What are Horkus and Scorch? What are you guys gonna do?
Oh, who's the one we're with?
So you
Is this
guys
Alice?
It's Alice.
This is Brenda. So Alice and Gur, they head off down the trail towards the shed. She's kind of leading him on the way. So.
Mm-hmm. And what's Brenda's objective?
So Brenda, she just wants to go around to all the other cabins and just kind of make sure everything's cleaned up.
All right, I'll tag along with Brenda.
Okay. So she's heading off down here to start like checking out some of these other cabins, or actually she's probably going to the smaller ones. I would assume like the ones that all the kids are going to stay at. So she heads down towards the lake.
I feel like, although we're the same age, I have to face that Horkus. The idea.
What are you saying? You're starting a robot?
Like I always have to watch after Horkus.
Okay, so you're like his big brother from another mother.
I know.
Okay, so you guys head down to the cabins with Brenda. So we'll start over here. So with Alice and Gur. So Gur, as you guys kind of like start approaching this cabin, this shed that's all the way on the other edge of the property. You get to the shed and you open the door, and there's this stockpile of supplies in here. There's like crates and crates of dried food and things like that the campers are going to need. All the blankets and things. There's she says, I told you there's a lot of supplies, so I guess me and you are gonna have to do all of this, but it's okay. You can handle it, right?
I'll be alright.
Oh, okay. So the way I see it is it's probably going to take us a good 4 trips if we use this cart over here. And she points over to this like old like rickety like wooden cart. It's kind of like a wheelbarrow. It looks like it's been around for like 30 years. I'm sure that'll help speed things up, right?
And she handled the wheelbarrow by herself? And then I can carry supplies myself in my hands?
Yeah, I'd say she could handle the wheelbarrow. And
Okay.
so yeah, so like you feel pretty confident that you guys can have this like routine going on where you can. It's going to take you a couple hours, but it doesn't seem like too overly intensive of work. So, how about you give me athletics check?
Athletics?
Yeah. Yeah, with no problem. Like you can handle 2 of these large like sacks at a time of dried goods and things like that. Like there's things a
After
whole
he threw it on
sack
his
of
back.
apples and hardtack. Yeah, so she kind of looks over and she's like, "Oh, he's a strong fellow, even with a bad back." And she kind of
What,
laughs.
you can't take a joke?
She kind of like chuckles to herself a little bit. So you guys start doing that. So this is like a period of like 4 hours that's going by that Alice and Gur are working on this. In the meantime, Brenda and Horkus and Scorch, so you guys start going through a lot of these cabins, and most of the cabins are they're in pretty decent shape, but there's some cleaning and things that need to be done, like sweeping and just kind of like organizing. There's no like real like physical work like Gur's having to do. So I'll have you guys just make a couple dexterity checks. You can do acrobatics. Any dex based check is fine.
Oh no.
Done.
Wow. So so yeah, it takes you guys a little bit longer than Brenda would like. So she's constantly having to tell you guys like stop sitting down. Like do you really need another break? So like constantly you guys are like fucking around with each other and like hitting each other with a broom and just like screwing around. So like in the 4 hours that this is taking, like Brenda has actually started like surpassing you, and she actually splits up from you and heads, she's off to the west working on other cabins, and you guys are still in like your first 3 cabins down here. So a couple hours goes by, and it's starting to get around lunchtime now, and Gur and Alice are still back at the shed. You're making pretty good progress, so you guys feel like you're almost done. Then Gur, you happen to notice something in the woods, kind of like some branches break, and you see some rustling off in the woods. It's probably about a good like 30 to 40 yards to the north of where you are.
Did the branches break from like high up in the tree or down on the bottom on the ground?
Go ahead and do a perception check. Oh, awesome! Yeah, because you already had pretty good perception. So yeah, you can definitely tell that it's like coming from the bottom, and the sounds of the trees, like the branches cracking. It sounds like it's something large in the forest. And Alice kind of at this point looks over at you, and she starts like getting a little scared and stepping back, and says like, "Oh, maybe these are just some of the hungry bears that Bill was talking about."
I tell her to go back to tell the other 2 where I'm going, and I go to investigate the noise.
Okay. Yeah. So she makes her way back towards them. So yeah, you do you want to go straight up investigating the noise, or do you want to like take your time?
A slow walk
Okay.
with my great axe out.
Okay, so you pull your axe out, so go ahead and roll a stealth check. Ooh, that heavy armor. Disadvantage. Oh, I didn't realize you were in heavy armor. That's...
Chainmail, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, you start banging around through the branches, and all of a sudden you hear the rustling stop, and you hear a low... brrrr.
Oh, I stop walking towards it and I stand there and I wait. With my great axe out, obviously.
Okay, so at this point, I mean, Gur, you don't know, but Alice is only about halfway towards the main cabin, and you start seeing what looks like a large brown bear start making his way slowly out of the underbrush, headed straight toward your position. He's about 60 feet away from you at this point.
Oh, I start making a lot of noise to try to scare the bear.
Okay, sweet. So make a intimidation check. 'Cause I'm assuming you're a big guy. He's gonna try to like growl back. Okay, so yeah, you get up and you start making yourself look bigger than you are. I mean, you're already 7 feet tall, but this bear kind of like stops in its tracks dead, and it like kind of looks up, and you see it like drop its head a little bit, and it starts like slowly backing up, and then you just see it whip right around 180 degrees and just tear ass off into the forest.
I'll put my great axe away and I start walking back out to try to tell Alice everything's alright.
All right, so Alice, she's running, like making double time. So she kind of like left you back there in the forest by yourself.
That's fine.
He ain't scared.
No.
All right, so the other two that are screwing around in the cabins, you guys eventually finish up working in the cabins, and you make your way back towards like the main building, and you see Alice running down the road, and she's yelling to you guys, guys, there's a bear.
Just stops what he's
Bear.
doing and is like, what?
Yeah, Orcus just drops the broom and
So she makes her
Sword
way
fighting.
closer to you guys, and she's like, well, Gur's up there by himself, guys. There's a bear by the shed.
Did she say he was bear?
Well, then she stops for a minute, like, no, there's a bear, like a Gur bear.
a gur bear.
Come on, numbnuts, let's go up there and see what's going on. Just start running up. Like
Well,
where
I'm
she
going.
said there was.
Hang on a second. Before you guys make it up there, I go and hide behind a tree.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Ouch.
Oof.
Yeah, I'm not very stealthy.
No, not
Clearly.
clearly. So yeah, that was that 5. Let's see. Scorch has an 8 and Orc is a 13. So yeah, so you guys make your way back. Alice brings you back up to where Gur in the shed was, and as you guys like approach, you see Gur kind of like standing behind like a skinny little tree, and he's like thinks he's hiding, but like his big ass is just sticking out. And
How you doing there, gur?
I was going to try to scare you. But obviously, I'm not some dainty little midget like you guys.
So at this point, like Alice like runs up to Gur and she's like, "Oh my God, what happened to the bear? Are you okay?"
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. It ran away. It looked up, saw me, and ran away.
So at this point, she's like, "Oh, wow, impressive. I guess maybe it was a good idea that you're here." And she kind of like pushes the other two out of the way and goes and stands right next to Gur behind his little tree. So there's only like a few of these boxes left. Do you guys think you could bring these back for me? And she's talking to
Absolutely.
to
Yeah, of
Horkus
course.
and Scorch.
Of course.
I'd be more than happy. Come on, Horkus. You get 2 boxes, I'll get 1.
All right, pussy, let's go.
All right, so you guys get the last of the supplies and you bring it back to camp, and Alice is very pleased that you got this probably one of the bigger tasks that had to have been done off the list. And then she says, "Oh well, what are you guys off to do next?"
Is there more cabins to clean, or?
Well, you guys did
Pretty much
just the
that.
3 cabins that were near your cabin.
Now let's do more cabins.
So Alice says, "Well, where'd Brenda go?"
Brenda, last I knew, came up here to see you.
No, Brenda was cleaning cabins with you guys.
Interesting.
I remember I was trying to clean, and Horkus was over here clowning around, not doing anything. And Brenda walked out, and I hadn't seen her since.
You were trying to whack me with a broom while I was doing my shit.
I kept telling you I didn't want a sword fight with you. So, where do you think she could have went?
I don't know. Maybe she's just like out on the outskirts cleaning some of the smaller cabins.
Well, let's go check the other cabins.
Okay, so that's the consensus you guys want to do? Just kind of like search for Brenda out here. You knew that she went off like to the west, basically. That's probably all that she would have said, that she was headed down the path.
So like right around here.
Yeah.
You guys go find Brenda. I'm going to go down to Jack and go help him with the boat.
Okay.
Ask him how the fishing is down there.
Will do. I'm guessing the boat's over by one of these 2 docks.
Yeah, so where's my pointer? Yeah, so that's exactly where Jack is. All right, so we'll come back to Jack in a minute with you. Okay, so Alice, she decides to accompany Scorch and Horkus to look for Brenda. So as you guys get going over this way, as you approach this other cabin here, one of the other larger cabins, you start walking around the front, and you see the front door of this place is ripped off, and garbage strewn all over like the front porch. And now this cabin is pretty much identical to the one that you guys are staying in.
It looks like a bear just fucked our work up.
Got a job for you, buddy. Get to cleaning.
All right, come on along. You're helping me out. But no, I'm gonna take a look inside. Do I see any signs of what did this?
Go ahead and make a perception check. Well, you kind of look around at the front of the place, and you see that the door is ripped off. You see the garbage, and you see some like a lot of like half-eaten food kind of like trashed all around the place, and you do end up seeing one footprints. The ground is pretty dry. It's in the summer, but and a small patch of like rainwater that had come off the roof from from a cistern that was nearby. You see it kind of like leaking on the ground, and you do see a large footprint that looks to be like a bear print.
Is it just one print?
That's
I
all you
see.
see with that roll. Is just this one print.
All right.
And you're still like kind of just outside the front door, the front porch of this place. So it's not like you've really gone inside to investigate it any further. So
Am I also seeing this up or just him? I'm standing right there next to him.
yeah, I mean you're standing next to him. You see enough. I mean you see less than him. You're kind of distracted by Alice, and but I mean you see the garbage and the door ripped off, but you don't notice the footprint that Horkus seems to be taking a look at.
Just nudge Horkus from behind. Tell him, "Come on, Chester, get in there. See if Brenda's in there."
Is
Are
the
you
footprint
scared?
is the footprint pointing right towards the cabin, or is it pointing outwards towards the cabin?
Yeah, it looks like it's pointing towards the cabin.
All right. I'm gonna go inside and take a look.
All right.
That's what I was planning on doing.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are. I'm just using the same map because they didn't give me multiple maps of the same building. So yeah, you guys are out front here, and as you approach the front doors inside, you just open the door and you hear the grunting of a brown bear as it walks right by the fireplace, past the open door that you can see, and it whips its head over in your direction, Horkus, and it just starts snarling.
All right. I'm gonna use one of my abilities. I'm gonna use animal friendship.
Okay, go ahead and cast it. Oh, it's an ability. It's not a spell.
Hang on one second. I saw it here. Here, let me look at the spells. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's actually a spell.
Okay, so yeah, he's within range. He's within 30 feet of you. Let me just check the intelligence of a bear.
Crazy that there's actually intelligence of a bear.
Oh yeah, everything has a stat. All right, there we go. Okay, so the intelligence of a bear is not very good. So yeah, so basically you cast a spell and the bear just, you see it like look at you and then it just stops. It stops grunting and it just kind of like looks like it's calmed down a little bit, and it just kind of goes back to scouring this cabin. Oh, actually, sorry, he has to make a wisdom saving throw, but his wisdom's even worse. So let me roll for him. Yeah, he rolls a 3. So
Okay, so since he's pretty much calm now, am I able to speak with him
um,
or somehow?
so he's calm, but um. So yeah, this doesn't actually say that you can communicate with him, but it just kind of like makes him docile, so he's not gonna attack you.
Okay,
That's a separate spell. Speak with animals.
he might attack Scourge though.
That's up to you. So right now you're still in the doorway because remember the door has been ripped off, and you can see this bear that's in here, and he's just kind of going back about his business, and he actually goes outside of your field of vision as he's kind of leaving you alone, going back to whatever it is he's doing. So what are you doing, Scorch?
I'm still standing behind him, patience wearing thin. Nudge him a little and ask, "What are you doing up there? Are you going in or what?"
I turn around and say, yes, but next time, don't leave the door open.
Puzzled, I ask him, "What do you mean leave the door open? The door's not even on."
Well, let's go inside.
All right. So as you make your way inside, you're standing next to the one bear. He's kind of off to your side a little bit, and he pays you no mind. He kind of looks at you and just goes back to sniffing the floor. But on the opposite side of the room, you see a second bear who's like going through a bunch of scraps that were by the table, and it sees you and just starts growling and charging in your way. So now let's roll for initiative. All right. So as you walk in the door, and Scorch is following up behind Horcus. So Scorch, I'm gonna put you like in the doorway. I'll say that like you're just crossing the door, and Horcus is just inside the room. So Scorch is first to act as you see the complacent bear just kind of sitting around. It doesn't quite notice you yet, but from where you're standing, you can also see the other one that's turning around as soon as Horcus entered the room, and it just starts charging across the cabin. What do you want to do?
So I'm aware of both of the bears.
Yeah.
So I'm going to step out in front of Horcus and try to hit him with my longsword. This one here's charging me, or
What's that?
this one here's charging me?
No. So this one back here that's charging. The one that's next to Horcus is the one that's he's kind of charmed by Horcus. He's just minding his own business. But as you enter the room, he looks up and starts snarling at you.
So yeah, I'm going to immediately step in front of Horcus and take a swing at the bear with my longsword.
Go for it. Nice. A 20 will definitely hit. Oh yeah, so I have the auto damage on there. Nice. That makes it a little bit easier. Me being lazy. Alright, so you bring your longsword right across its back as it wasn't really paying attention, and you sink right into its fur. Whatever. So anyway, is there anything else you can do?
No, I don't think so. That's
Okay, that's
all I
turn.
guess.
All right. So the charging bear, he sees you step in front of Horcus, so he comes charging over, and he sees that you are acting very violently towards his brother bear, and he comes swinging at you with this massive claw. Boom. He is a 15 to hit. It's not going to hit with his first attack.
I don't have my shield out right now. Just
Okay, you still have
Just
17
so
AC then. Yeah, so still doesn't hit. So he takes a big swing with you, and you kind of just like duck out of the way, and he comes back with his claw. This one's going to hit with a 21 to hit, so you take 11 points of slashing damage as this thing just rakes right across your chest. That's it for That's it for
That
his
hurts.
turn. Yeah, that was a big ol' hit. All right, Horcus, you're up.
All right, so since this one's not really paying any mind, I can just move without him attacking me, right?
So no, now after Scorch attacked it, the spell ends. So he's looking pretty angry at you now. He's kind of like, you see it's look straight in your eyes as well, and you see the foam coming out of its mouth as he's ready to attack. Whatever.
Oh, I'm gonna use my Thunder Wave ability.
You mean you're gonna cast Thunderwave?
Cast Thunder Wave, yeah.
There you go. Go for it. They must make a Constitution saving throw. Okay, well we will do that then. So the bear is going to make a Constitution saving throw. He rolls a 12. So he fails.
All right.
Why does it have two? You cast it at a higher level. You upcast it.
At 3, yeah.
All right. So
I
yeah.
think
So
he gets back up to a wall too, doesn't he?
he has to make a saving throw for that too. I think, right? On a failed save, a creature takes 2d8 thunder damage. Oh, and he just pushed back 10 feet away from you. Nice. On a successful save, the creature doesn't take damage. Okay. All right. So yeah. So that knocks him back 10 feet. So that pushes him back over here. He kind of stumbles into the bookshelf, and a bunch of books will fall all over the ground. At this point, there's this huge booming noise, and we'll say that from where you are, Gur, you could hear this loud thunderclap come from the cabin just up the road. All right, Horcus, anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. So that brings up the second bear. So Andrew, make sure you're checking off your spell slots when you cast spells.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So bear number 2, he is pissed that he just got hit with thunder, this thunderous blast. So he doesn't really know what the hell just happened to him, but it scared the shit out of him. So he ends up just like running straight for the other door, and you actually see him smash through the other door. And if I did move to 20. Oh, these things can move. You can move 40 feet. So yeah, so he like smashes right through the other closed door there, and he's back out on the porch. That brings up Scorch. Oh, so at this point, Gur, it's up to you because I'm going to throw you in the initiative order if you want to head up that way. If not, that's up to you.
Oh yeah, might as well. So should I roll for initiative now?
So I'm going to put you in, let's see, last in the order. So I'm just going to assign you the number. 'Cause it's going to take you probably 2 turns to get there because you're probably at least like 100 feet away.
Yep.
So if you take the dash action, you can do 60 feet, right? I'm assuming. Yep. All right.
So 120 for 2 turns. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Gur's running. So Scorch, what are you gonna do?
Oh, the bear that ran out. I just want to get this straight. Is the one that he attacked, that he hit with the thunder.
Yeah, the one that's like wounded, that he's bleeding, and he just got hit with thunder, and he's scared, and he just ran out the door. The one in front of you is looking pissed. The one that fucked you up.
Yeah. I'm gonna attack this one with my longsword in front of me. even though I'm nervous and a little bit damaged from it, I'm still thinking about dinner.
I'm gonna have bear for dinner. All right, go ahead, make an attack. Nice, 21 hits for.
I can't see what I rolled before.
You hit him for 9 points of slashing damage. Nice. So yeah, so your long sword
No.
comes right across his arm and his front leg, and it just slices effortlessly through his flesh. Anything else you want to do? So he looks hurt,
So
but
what was the?
he looks more even more angry now.
Um. Uh, I guess on my turn.
Okay. All right, so that brings up his turn. So yeah, so he is real mad now. So he's gonna make another bite attack at you. So he tries to snap at you with a 17 to hit. So that's gonna hit. So you take 8 points of piercing damage as he sinks right into your arm, and then he swings at you with his claw, and it just misses. You kind of just backstep a little bit, and just enough to get out of the way, but you're definitely wincing with pain as his teeth caught you pretty good. All right, Horcus.
All right. I am going to use poison spray on this one right up ahead. Right, that's biting Scorch.
Okay, that's a cantrip, right?
Yep.
All right, go ahead and make the attack.
Okay, that's my move.
Okay, so that brings up the other bear, and he is just going to, he's just making a beeline out of here, so he's going to use all his movement to run the hell away. So he's running right outside. He's just kind of checking out. He runs about 80 feet, smashes through those tents that are out there, knocks over a couple chairs. He's headed for the forest. That's it for his turn. So that brings up Gur. Who now, Gur? I'd say you can probably make your way all the way up to the front porch. And both doors are open to the porch, so technically you can probably, I don't know if you have a throwing weapon or a ranged weapon, but you could probably take a shot through the doorway.
I have a hand axe.
Perfect.
Alright.
Nice.
20.
So Scorch, you kind of look over your shoulder, and all of a sudden you see this hand axe just flying through the air and just get thump right into the side of this massive bear. And he takes 7 points of damage. Beautiful. And you hear him just like cry out in pain.
That's it for my move, obviously.
Okay. So the bear, he is like really, really hurt. You see, like he's definitely bleeding pretty good, and he starts just frantically attacking now. So he makes his claw attack at you, Scorch. Oh, a 21 to hit. So you take another 11 points of slashing damage. Are you down? Yeah.
I am down.
All right, so you're down. So like yes, so he gets you down, and he starts backing away from you. I don't think there's any other doors in there, so I don't think he knows that. So I guess he's not going to back away because he's not real smart. So he got you down. So now his instinct is to just attack Horcus. So he gets a little bit closer towards the door and takes his other attack at Horcus. He tries to snap at him with these massive jaws. Oh, and he crits on Horcus. So Horcus, you're gonna take 8 plus another 8, so 16 points of piercing damage. Just this bear just like grips right into you. You can feel his teeth like dig deep right into your shoulder.
Okay.
That's it for his turn. It's your turn, Horcus.
All right, let's see what else we have here.
Oh, so Alice this whole time, she's outside. Don't forget. Like, I probably should have mentioned that she wasn't going to go in and fight, but she's still outside, just kind of scared. She watched that bear just come barreling out of there, then Gur running in, throwing the axe.
So I got a total of 4 slots, right?
I forget. Who are you, Horcus?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought it said you had 4.
Yep. I've used 2 so far.
Yep. Well,
Okay,
it said you. Well, you upcast higher. It said you upcast your. What was it that you cast? Your Thunder Wave. So you used one of your 2nd level spell slots, and one of your 1st level spell slots.
Okay.
Because you used Animal Friendship.
I used Animal Friendship and Thunderwave.
Yep. So you have 1 2nd level spell slot and 3 1st level spell slots.
All right, I'm gonna use Thunderwave again.
All right, go for it.
Level 3.
DC 13. So, this is one of those sort of situations. Oh my god, I'm clicking on everything here. So, a Thunderwave. So each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw. So on a failed save, a creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away. So Scorch, you are also going to have to make a Constitution save. No, actually, because you're down, it's an automatic hit. So you take 1 death failure, Scorch. And the brown bear has to make a Constitution saving throw. He rolls a 22. Damn, why are these guys so good at Constitution? Oh, because he has a +3 to Constitution.
But he still takes half of the damage.
He still takes half, yep. So he takes... So you cast it at a higher level again, right? Yeah, it's at 2nd level. So you use your last 2nd level spell slot.
Okay.
And he takes 15 points of thunder damage. So he's still alive, and he gets knocked back 10 feet. So yeah, he gets slammed back, knocks over the chairs and stuff in this little living room. And again, it's just loud boom goes off. So everybody within 300 feet hears it.
Alright, well, that's it for my move.
Okay, the other brown bear, he is checked out now. He moves another 80 feet, so he runs off into the forest. So that brings up Gur. Poor Alice is left outside. Hopefully she doesn't get eaten.
I was muted. My bad.
You're
So I
good.
can step through these guys, right?
Yep, you can walk through there and or even walk around them, whatever, because you have 30 feet of movement. So each square is only 5 foot. But if you walk through their squares, it is double movement.
Alright. But it's only 15 feet from me to the bear, so that doesn't matter.
Right.
Alright, so I rush at the bear with my great axe out, and I
Ah.
swing with my great axe.
Oh, and he crits. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. So how do you finish this bear off?
I chop its head off.
Oh, nasty. So running through with this great axe, and Horcus, you just see this axe fly through the air almost in slow motion, and you just hear it, and it just cleaves right through this bear's head, and it slumps over dead in the middle of the cabin, and the blood just instantly just starts pooling up and pouring all over the place. It's definitely a grotesque scene, and that will take us out of combat. So, Scorch, you actually need to make a death saving throw. Just don't do a critical fail. All right, 17s. Yeah, so you get one success. All right, so that will bring up Andrew. So you can either heal him, Horcus. You can either heal him, or you can try to stabilize him by doing a medicine check.
Now, do I still have one left? One slot left?
Yeah, you just used up all your second level spell slots because you've been upcasting Thunderwave for mega damage.
Okay. So, is Cure Wounds level 2?
Cure wounds. I think it's only first level. Let me see. Yep, first level.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna use that on Scorch.
Okay, so yeah, so you walk up to him and place a hand on him. So 1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier worth of health. I mean, you should be able to just click on it.
Okay.
But make sure you're only clicking on it for the first level version. Don't click on it for second level.
Okay.
Alright, so Scorch is now not bleeding out. He gets 5 points of health. So you're at 5.
Even though I was technically at -1.
Yeah, you can't go negative. Once you get to 0, you're down. Unless you go
You're just at
more negative
0.
than your total overall hit points, which was, I don't know what yours are, 31. Like if you took, 35 damage in one hit, then you're instantly dead. But that didn't happen, so you're at 5.
So as far as my successes and fails, do I reset those now?
Yeah, those are all reset now because now you're not dying anymore. So a few minutes goes by. You guys help Scorch back to his feet, and Alice comes running in behind you guys, and she's like, "Oh my God, is it safe? Is everybody okay?"
Yeah, Alice, we're good.
And she looks over at the bear, and she's like, "I didn't know these brown bears could be so vicious." But I'm glad you're okay.
Hey Alice, you want a fur coat?
And she kind of blushes a little bit, and she's like, "Well, sure." So yeah,
Oh, somebody get the peeling.
yeah. If anybody wants to make a survival check, you can see how well you do skinning this thing. It's going to take some time, but it's doable.
All of us?
Whew.
Well, Well,
That's bad.
so Gur pulls out his great axe and he decides he's gonna try to carve up this thing, and yeah, the axe is just too big and clumsy, and you just start like tearing through the hide and just making a mess out of it.
I should probably stop.
Yeah, so you guys look over at Scorch, and he's just like bleeding all over and just looking in rough shape. And Alice, she actually like runs off at this point. She's just kind of like searching the rest of the camp. And while she's gone, you guys are kind of like all like gathering your thoughts and trying to carve up this bear. You hear Alice scream out. And she's like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And out from like the back bedroom, you see Bill walks out with Alice. Apparently, Bill was hiding in the room when the bears came in looking for food.
So where was he hiding?
In this back bedroom over here.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's like, "Oh, I'm fine. Everything's fine. I came in here to clean up, and this bear just came like bursting through the door, ripped the door right off. It must have smelled something, and I just took off running. But luckily, he wasn't, I guess, hungry enough for me. But thanks to you guys, come along and save the day. Steve was right about you guys. You really are a bunch of badasses." And he kind of looks over at the dead bear, and he's like, "Wow, it's good stuff."
Well, I did what I had to do.
I also pull my hand axe back out of the bear.
Okay, nice. So Alice, she looks over at Bill, and she's like, "Hey, did Brenda come this way?" And he's like, "No, I haven't seen Brenda. I know she was supposed to be doing her rounds cleaning all the cabins, but it's the last I heard. I haven't seen her all day. I'm fine though. Everything's fine." So at this point, it's only like early afternoon at the latest. So, what do you guys want to do?
What should we do, guys?
You guys need to go and rest or something because you guys took quite a lot of damage there. But I'm good to go. I can keep helping out the counselors.
Yeah, Scorch. I'm at the point where you're in. I mean, you guys can take a short rest.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, Horkus took some damage
Yeah,
too, huh?
Yeah.
You roll a 1. It's horrible.
Who rolled a 1?
You did.
I rolled
You
a
rolled
4.
Well, you
Plus
roll
3.
yeah, you get +3 for your con, but
What is he
Oh.
rolling?
hit dice. So
Dice.
you have up to 3 hit dice that you can spend on a short rest. Try to get some health back. Or you're a paladin, so you could always touch yourself with some lay on hands and gain
Yeah,
some health.
that's what I was reading.
Personally, if I were you, I would use the short rest because you can always use lay on hands like as an action in combat. So if you needed to like heal somebody that went down or touch yourself in combat.
I mean, the hit dice may heal me up.
That's funny. You did a crit fail on your first roll, and then you did a crit success on the second. A lot of extremes with Horkus.
Okay, so don't use Thunderwave when I'm near my allies.
Nope.
Well, that's like in our last game that Andrew or Snalders decided to cast Fireball. Kill all the enemies plus all the crew members that were also on the ship. Yeah, that didn't go so well.
So the hit dice are just. I rolled an 11, so that's what I get. 11.
Yep, you get 11
Is that how that
health.
works?
Yep,
Yeah, how that works?
that's how it works.
Heck yeah.
And then, like I said, you get you can spend up to 3 hit dice that you have. So if you want to gain more, it's up to you.
Oh yeah, I'm using them up.
Yeah, you might as well. Like when you take a long rest, you get your hit dice back. So
Hit dice you can roll only when you're resting, or you can roll them whenever.
no, only when you're taking a short rest.
All right, well, pretty healed up. I uh, hop up off the floor and deep breath and refreshed and ready to go back to work.
Okay.
Now, do I regain my spell slots back after a short rest, or does it have to be a long rest?
Long rest, my friend.
Okay. You know, we killed one bear, but after I used my Thunder Wave on that first one, that one just ran away.
Yeah, it probably won't come back though.
Hmm.
That's the one with the sword wound in the back, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you see a bear with a sword wound in the back, just know that it's the same bear.
So who's cooking bear for lunch?
Oh,
Brenda,
no.
but we don't know where she is.
Well, we can go find her, but Alice can cook some bear. She did some pretty good job at baking, so.
So again, she kind of like bats her eyelashes and she's like, oh, thanks. And she just looks at the bear and then she looks over at Bill and she's like, Bill, do you think you could help me get some meat off this big boy here? She's like, oh, okay. Well, everything's fine. I guess I'll just stay here and help you out then. So they get busy preparing some lunch for you guys.
I think I'd lean over to Gur and say, I think Alice has the hots for you.
I think so.
We just met her and she's already cooking for us.
It's summer camp,
yep.
man.
It's true.
So you guys gonna wait for lunch, or you gonna go do something else, or?
Well, we should probably start cleaning up the cabin.
Yeah, this
So
cabin is definitely destroyed.
Yeah. So I'll go start by putting the doors back on.
Okay,
You
so
guys start tidying shit up.
does anybody have any carpenter's tools or anything like that, or proficiency in any tools?
Let me take a look here.
Nope, I don't.
I got a small knife.
That's good for like shivving people, but
Yeah.
I
No,
I
don't.
have tinker's tools.
yeah, that might come in handy with like, I don't know, fixing small items or something. But fixing the doors and stuff, probably not so much. So it's gonna take a little extra time to do that.
You'd need like woodworking skills.
Yeah,
I do
so
have carver's tools.
so it takes you guys about 3 hours of putting this whole place back together. In the meantime, Alice and Bill end up cooking lunch for you. You have some bear steaks and nice head of lettuce they found in the cabin, and they made a nice little lunch for you guys. And you guys get all the blood cleaned up on the floor for the most part, and put everything back in order. Horkus, nice and neat, put all the books back on the bookshelf in alphabetical order. And Yeah, so you guys got some full bellies and a little bit more of the chores picked up or checked off the list.
I just Scorch just pulls out his holy symbol and holds on to it and starts reciting prayer in Goblin.
Nice. So, who's the god that you pray to? That's okay. I just had to put you on the spot. All right, so yeah, what do you guys want to do? Now it's 3 hours later, so it's like 3, 4 o'clock.
So
What'd
how
you
long
get?
were we just in there for?
It took 3 hours to clean the place up. You got the doors put back on. You ate lunch. I mean, this cabin was a mess to begin with, and then just coming in and fighting bears in there just made it a little bit more of a mess. But yeah, it looks good now. Steve would probably be happy.
I mean, do you guys think we should find Brenda? I don't. It's kind of strange that she's missing.
Yeah, let's go find Brenda.
I'm gonna cautiously follow behind
You
you
get
because
you guys are finding Brenda.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go back down to the boat with Jack.
Okay, so Scorch and Horcus, they head off like to the west, where again we're the last known location that Brenda was heading, and Gur heads south back down to the docks. So we'll actually go over to the docks. How about that? This map is probably all black for you, I'm assuming, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So let me clear some of this. I think I'm just gonna take take most of it off. I guess it's not really that much of a secret here. All right, so yeah, so you head down from the north, Gur, and you see there's a whole bunch of these small, a clump of buildings. A few of these buildings are actually attached to the actual docks. So you see there's like some bathrooms. When you first come down here, there's little houses hooked to the dock, a couple little rowboats. As you get closer, you see Jack down here. He's just kind of like sitting on the docks with his back up against this little building here. He's got some tools next to him, and it almost looks like he's taking a nap.
Go up to him and kick him in the leg.
Uh,
Not hard.
He just kind of wakes up and he's like, "Whoa, who's that? Who's that? What do you want?" And he looks up.
Get your ass up.
He grabs a screwdriver and he's like pointing it at you. And being 7 foot tall, he's looking way the hell up. Like, okay. I don't want any trouble.
There's no trouble. Just stop sleeping.
Oh yeah, I wasn't sleeping. I was just just taking a break.
Studying the inside of your eyelids.
Yeah, something like that. Hey, do you know anything about fixing boats? Because I'm kind of stuck and I don't really know what I'm doing.
No.
Oh.
You patch the holes and make sure no water gets in. That's about all I know.
Oh, well, good. Since you know so much about it, how about you take over this? And he like hands you the toolbox and just like starts walking past you and heads north.
Okay. I let him go.
Okay, good luck. And he just starts running now, like back towards the main camps.
Alright. I
So-
mutter useless under my breath.
So as you stand there in front of you, yeah, you see this little rowboat, and it's up on the, let's say it's up on the docks, and it's got a big old hole in the bottom of it, and Jack had a couple scraps of wood near it, and it looks like he has like a bunch of nails sticking out of the side of the boat, like he had no idea what the hell he was doing. But you kind of stop and look around, and you notice all these other small buildings all around you, and most of them seem to be in pretty well maintained little buildings. You see one with a padlock on the door, just to the which one is it? Sorry, I didn't. So yeah, so this building down here, you kind of walk around a little bit, and you notice like one of them's locked, a couple of them are all open. But you kind of like take a look around, and you don't really see anybody around the docks, so it's just kind
Okay.
of you all by yourself.
So I guess I start to try to repair the boat. You know, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, okay. So you don't have any proficiencies or tools or anything like that, so it's going to take you a little while. So how about you make an intelligence check? Straight intelligence. Okay. So you know enough like how boats work. So you know you have to patch this hole, and you look at like the nails that he put in here, and you realize, well, this is totally not going to work. So you start taking it all apart, and it's going to take you a little while to plug these holes. Let's see. We'll give you a D4 minus 2. All right, so it only takes you like a half hour to kind of figure this situation out. The holes aren't too bad, and it doesn't really look like it's too much work. And you kind of think to yourself, like, really, like that dude is seriously useless.
Yep.
But we'll say you get the boat all fixed up, and you put it in the water, and it seems seaworthy, so you feel like you've accomplished your goal here.
Cool. What's the building across the lake there on the little island?
Yeah, so from like where you're standing, you can see it's kind of like a rundown sort of little shack across the water there.
Alright. Well, so there's no other boats that need repairing, just the one?
It was just that one. You see, all the other boats seem to be seaworthy. It looks, everything's pretty quiet and seems normal.
Alright. Well, then I walk away and I go try to find the other two looking for Brenda.
Okay. All right, so back in the camp. Let's see. We're gonna put you on this map here. So everybody's back. You guys kind of all rendezvous back towards where the bear camp was, and Alice and Bill decide that they're gonna carry on, just cleaning up here, finishing things up, and you guys decide to head west looking for Brenda. It takes you guys a couple more hours. You start like looking around the general area out here. You go back a couple other little cabins. You see a couple of these sheds that have different types of supplies. You see some tents and different things in there. You find the practice dummies and things that the kids use. But you look all around, and you don't see any signs of Brenda. And yeah, the sun starts going down a little bit. What do you guys want to do?
Oh. We should head south then, check those cabins. She ain't in the west of the try to go down south.
Okay.
Are we all together now?
Yeah.
All three of us?
Yep.
Oh.
So Bill and Alice, they stayed back. They're doing their own thing in the cabin. But you guys are searching south for Brenda. So another hour or two go by. You guys are like going through all the cabins and checking them out, and the sun starts going down. And as you do that, go ahead and can you guys all make perception checks for me? Damn, Gur sees everything.
Fuck yeah, he does.
Damn.
Perception, you said?
Perception, yep.
It's not going to be good.
Scorch doesn't see much, but all right. So you guys are kind of looking around these cabins, and you're down near the lake, and there's a small grove of trees down there. And Horkus and Gur, both of you, like clear as day, see something kind of like pass by between the trees out of the corner of your eye, and it almost has like this blue ethereal haze to it, and all of a sudden it just disappears. Scorch, kind of like focused on looking around at in the trees or in the water. He doesn't really notice anything, but yeah, you guys see something like shadowy, almost ethereal, with like a bluish glow, just kind of pass between two trees and disappear.
You want to go check out what that was?
All right. Who else saw it besides Gur?
You did.
I did.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's go take it up. Take a look.
These trees right here, I'm guessing.
Yeah, any trees. So there's trees nearby you. So you guys are like heading into the woods a little bit. Go ahead and Gur and Horkus make one more perception check. Oh, it's extremes. All right, so you guys start walking around the woods or so for like another 20, 30 minutes, and you don't see any more of this this shadowy blue thing that you saw. At this point, the sun is starting to go down more, and out from behind you guys, just down the road, you hear the voice of Alice call out, like, "Guys, maybe we should all gather around for dinner back at your cabin."
Well, let's go have some dinner.
Alright, maybe they found Brenda.
Yeah.
I just look. Can I look one more time to see if there's footsteps or anything like that, like footprints?
In the area that you're in. Yeah, go ahead and do. What's your race? You're a
Half orc.
You're half orc. Okay, you have dark vision. So yeah, go ahead and do a perception check.
Another perception. Alright.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so yeah, you're looking around, and everybody else is kind of like heading back with Alice, and you're sticking around for another like 10 minutes or so looking around, but you don't see any footprints anywhere.
Then I head back up to the camp.
All right, so you guys all go back to the main camp, where you guys are staying in the big cabin. And outside the camp, where the fireplace is, Alice and Bill are sitting out there, along with Marcy and Ned, the other counselors. So yeah, so you guys come out here, and the other counselors are all sitting around the fire, and they have dinner already prepared for you. They have these. They're cooking like these really large like mutton patties, and like these like thick with these like big thick dried out like chunks of bread, and roasted sausages. The counselors are all kind of sitting around making small talk and asking you guys about your day when you first show up, and they're all kind of like, oh, like I don't think we would have gotten anything done without you guys. Like we're so happy that you're here. But a few minutes later, the counselors all start to realize that a couple of the other counselors are missing. They're like, well, you guys, you haven't found Brenda yet? And Bill's like, oh, yeah, I mean, everything seems fine here, but, like, where's Jack? I don't see Jack.
Who is this Jack you speak of?
He's just another counselor. He was working down by the docks, but...
Weren't you just at the docks there, Gur?
Yep. I was down at the docks. I kicked the bastard awake. Yeah, he threw the tools at me and ran away. Said, good luck.
What's his other job other than seatbelt mechanic? Was he just a counselor, you said?
Yeah, Jack is just another one of the counselors.
Well, he's got to be somewhere between the docks and here.
So Alice, she's like has this like really puzzled and like concerned look on her face, and she's like, "Geez, guys, maybe we should stop what we're doing. We should start a search party, and we should all go out looking for them. Like this is kind of weird. I'm getting a little concerned with all these bears around and stuff. Like, hopefully nothing happened to them. What do you guys think?"
Yeah, we can go look for him. Just gotta eat something quick.
Oh yeah, of course. You gotta keep your strength up. So now at this point, you see the other like counselors they're also all starting to look a little worried. All right, so everybody eats. A little while later, Alice is like, "Okay, how do you guys want to do this? I mean, you probably have more experience than we do. Like, should we go together or should we split up to cover more ground? I think that probably seems like the most logical thing to do, right?"
Oh, we need to do the buddy system. Everyone pick a buddy, and then we'll go all split up.
So Alice is like, I pick her.
Of course she does.
That's fine. Probably the safest person to be around.
And then
I keep feeling that I feel like I have to protect Orcus. I guess I'll go with him, even though it didn't work out quite the way it did last time.
okay, so Ned, who's the other ones? Ned, Marcy, and why am I forgetting the other person's name? Oh, Bill. Ned, Marcy, and Bill are all together, and Bill's like, well, I don't know. I guess like I'll just take these guys and we'll search around too. Well, where do you guys want to search? Like, which way should we go?
Well, somebody should definitely head towards the docks.
Okay. I guess we could go down towards the docks.
Alright, you three go to the docks. And then, if you guys see anything, run away.
And they're like, okay. And they all kind of grab some sticks that they had around the fire, and they make some makeshift torches. And then Bill's like, well, I got a lantern inside. I got one extra one too. So he goes in and he comes out with the two lanterns. So they take one lantern collectively with a couple of burning sticks. Then he offers a lantern up if anybody wants a lantern. I don't know if you guys need it or not. I don't know I think you guys
I
all have
don't.
dark vision,
vision.
so you probably
Yeah.
don't need it. But
Oh, I'll take the lantern because I have Alice. She can't see shit.
yeah, she can't see nothing.
So I'll give her the lantern.
So, where are you guys headed, Gur?
I'm going to go along the south side of the camp with Alice there, south side of the lake, and check the cabins around there.
Oh,
See if
check
see
the
anything.
cabins.
Excuse me.
I just give him a wink. All right, Horcus. Let's go find Brenda.
All right.
You lead the way.
All right. Where haven't we checked yet?
I
Uh,
don't know, but let's.
well, you guys haven't really checked to the north, so
Have we checked to that? Did we check that cabin that's in the woods from the northwest?
not really. I mean,
Well,
you guys searched a lot of stuff, like, you know, in that time. Like, you walked around for a couple hours searching some of the cabins, but
Well, let's go in the and go towards that cabin.
Well, they're going south. Gur's going south. We're going north.
Yeah.
So let's just get something clear here. You see a bear or something, tell me.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just walk in the room and expect me to follow you into danger like that.
Or how about this? If you guys see a bear, don't engage. Try to run away. So, because I won't be as close, so I can't save your asses. I'll probably be a little preoccupied searching.
Searching. Okay.
Searching.
Deal. So, just curious, like, the honeycombs on here, is that something different or
no, they're
other than
there are more
squares?
spaces. So, like, the honeycombs are like, it's like 100 feet for each honeycomb.
150 feet?
Yeah, it's 150 feet, but like, I don't. It's just, you know, it's just I'm not counting squares, so like, I mean, it doesn't really matter. But I guess it's just like it shows it's a pretty big distance from, I don't know, from like where Gur is headed to where you guys are now.
That's why I said run away.
I think I'll have much of a problem doing that after the last time.
All right, let me see something.
Bears are pretty vicious.
Yeah, bears your dicks. All right, so you guys are gonna go search the north, and you're gonna go search the south. How are you gonna do this? What are you doing? You're just walking around in the dark, or? So I know Gur said he's gonna check the cabins down there.
I'm looking at my ability and one of my feats, which is wild shape.
Okay.
So that means I have to see the creature first before I actually transform.
So you know, I mean, I think you have a list of things that you can transform in at that level. So like,
Okay.
you can't turn into like a T-Rex because you haven't seen a T-Rex, but like you can wild shape into like a bear because you've seen a bear, or like, you know, a wolf. I'm sure living in the forest you've seen a wolf before.
Yeah, I think we need to watch Jurassic Park on the next movie night.
Oh yeah. All right. So
So you're gonna wild shape into something.
Yep, I think I'm gonna wild shape into a squirrel,
Okay.
so I can kind of go into the trees and take a look at this cabin from the outside to see what's going on. Actually, no, take it back. Not a squirrel.
Okay. You got something better.
Yeah, let's try a bird.
Okay. Owl is usually the best thing
Yeah, an owl.
because the owl, I think, has advantage on perception checks because they have such good eyesight.
Okay. Yep, I will go owl.
All right. So you wild shape and turn into an owl in front of Scorch. He watches you kind of fly up above the trees. Owls got to be able to see in the dark, right? Yeah.
Just look up at him and I'm like, man, you got to tell me when you're going to do some crazy shit like that.
But now he's an
But yeah,
owl, so he can't talk back.
I don't
to
really
you.
hear you.
He can only talk to an owl, so. All right, so you guys are up there flying around. You're up there flying around, and then down south, Gur and Alice are busy checking some cabins, and you guys kind of like search around in the dark for a little while, and out near the water's edge, and Alice starts getting this like feeling, and she's like starts like getting closer to Gur and holding onto your arm, and she's like, I feel like we're being watched. Like, I don't like this. Maybe we should go back.
There's nothing to worry about when you're with me. You know that.
It's just, I don't know, Gur. This something doesn't seem right. Like, with Brenda being gone, I don't know. Like, I think I'd feel safer if we were back inside.
Yeah, but then we won't find Brenda.
Well, I guess you're right. Should we keep going around the lake, I guess, and then make our way back?
If you want to, do you don't want to go along the south path here and find a cabin?
I don't know. Maybe we should just wait till morning. Brenda's strong. I think maybe she could, maybe she's fine. Maybe she's fine, Gur.
Oh, if you say she's fine, let's head on back.
And she starts like freaking out a little bit more and more. And then to the north, you guys are walking around the woods, and Horcus is flying above the trees, looking around, and you don't really see too much. But go ahead and make a perception check with advantage, actually, Horcus. Because owls, I'm looking at, they can see pretty far.
All right. So that's 20. Oh, wait, nope. Wrong. 14.
That's 14. Yeah. So you're flying around a little bit, and you do see something strange, kind of on the edge of a path up to the north, kind of like near the base of this tree line. You see something that kind of just shines a little bit in the moonlight and just catches your eye.
All right, whereabouts is it? Point again.
To the north, up here in the trees.
And that there's a shine over there?
Yeah, you saw something shiny. I mean, I'm assuming you're flying up pretty high, and so
Yep.
like down at the base of a tree line, you see something shiny.
All right, so I'm gonna fly right back down, right towards Gorge. And told him I just saw something shiny up here. Oh,
So all here is just woo 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 woo.
all right, so I'm gonna transport back into my human self.
Okay.
Saw something shiny in the northeast from here, just up this path.
What do you mean by
You said it was on the ground, right?
Yeah, it's on the ground.
All right. Should we go check it out?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Don't be leaving me in danger.
Say again.
Leaving me in any danger.
All right, so
Oh.
you guys make your way up this path towards the thing that Horkus said he saw, and as you get a little bit closer, go ahead and both of you can make investigation checks. Okay, so Scorch, being nimble, and he's a true being of the night. He's not a half breed. He sees the thing right off the bat, and you go running towards it, Scorch, and what it looks like is you see a coin purse on the ground, and the coins are all kind of spread out all along the ground. And as you run up a little bit closer, probably within 60 feet or so of this, and you see these coins all like spread out, and the moon hitting them, kind of glistening. You see these 2 feet kind of laying on the ground, and are kind of like extended past the trunk of this tree.
How close to the coin purse and coins are the feet? Like wicked close?
Yeah, the coin purse and the coins all over the ground are probably within 5 feet of the feet.
I just yell over, hey, come look at these feet over here.
Where are
Do
they?
they look like human feet?
You're 60 feet away, so you just see a pair of. Well, I guess not, I'm not going to say feet. You see a pair of boots.
They look like footwear to me.
We'll go up there and check it out.
Okay. So I'm gonna form right back into an owl
Okay.
and get a little closer look at him, but try to hide in the trees as I'm flying towards.
How many wild shapes do you get in a day? I'm assuming you probably have like 2 or 3, right? Just want to make sure.
Hang on 1 second. It's under my feet. Under my feet, actually.
Okay, I'll look. I've never played a druid, so I don't really know all the druid stuff. Let's see. Oh, so technically at 2nd level. Well, you're at 3rd level though. It says you can't turn into something that has a flying speed, so technically you couldn't turn into
Oh, I
an
can't.
owl. Well,
Oh.
but I didn't read far enough, so I don't know if it says at 3rd level you can. There's a whole lot of shit for wild shaping.
You should love this squirrel.
It says you can use this feature twice, so okay. I just want to make sure that you can still do it. So yeah, so you turn into an owl. We'll give it to you.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna fly like on through the trees quietly and take a closer look at these boots to see what it is up close.
All right, make a stealth check then. Okay, well I'll give you advantage too because it is nighttime, so you kind of like weave your way up through the trees, quietly flying, and as you get just above, about 10 feet above these feet, you see these legs, and you see this whole body, and it's the body of Brenda, and you can see her skin from where you are is kind of blackened and looks almost rotting, starting to rot. And all of a sudden, Orcus, you look up and you see this figure about 20 feet off in the distance between two trees standing in the moonlight, and it's about 7 feet tall, and is wearing this dark blue mask over its face, and you see this one red eye that's not covered by this mask, and a large blade in one of its hands. And this thing just seems to be staring at you. Then all of a sudden you see Brenda's body just slide across the ground towards this thing and disappear into the forest.
Alright, so I fly right away and fly right back to Scourge. I found Brenda. Oh, and I go back into a half elf.
Okay, so woohoo, hoo, hoo. Brenda, who?
I found Brenda. She's dead.
I mean, she's dead.
Those boots you saw, those were hers. I got a closer look and it was her body. But something dragged her in. Something with a red eye. And it was masked.
You think it was a bear?
I don't know if bears wear masks. Never seen one wear a mask before. How many feet did you? How tall did you say that was?
So this thing was like 7 feet tall.
Yeah, this thing was about 7 feet tall. It had this red eye staring at me, and then just pulled the body right away. Wait.
So while you guys are doing this, all of a sudden, through the forest besides you, you see this this blue glow, and it's starting to get closer and closer. And then within a few seconds, all of a sudden, this figure is just forms and stands about 20 feet from you. And you look, and it seems to be this ethereal form, this blue figure, kind of floating about 2 feet off the ground in front of you, and it just it says to you in this kind of like really low, eerie voice. It looks like kind of like a younger boy, short hair, wearing a tunic, and he has a large like gash across his body, across his chest, and in a very low voice you hear him say, "You are warned. You are doomed, and tonight nothing will save you. This land is cursed. Even now, a killer, known only as the Slasher, stalks these campgrounds, killing any living creature it meets. Unless you find a way to stop the Slasher, it will kill you all. Search the main cabin for the book I left. I left it in a private place. You must break the curse." And it just disappears as soon as it says that.
Sheesh. A slasher, huh?
Yeah. I mean, that sucks. Brenda's dead.
Yeah.
I like how
hope
nonchalant
they're safe.
you guys just see this ghost and you're like, yeah, cool. Brenda's dead. There's a ghost. Shit.
Now should we reunite with Gar to tell him what happened? After all, we did find her.
Maybe we should drag her back. You want to try to carry her?
Well, I don't think the body's there anymore. It just got dragged away.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, did you pick up the coin?
There was some weird creature staring me down. I didn't want to get too close.
All right, well, whatever. I mean, we can meet up with them, or we can go look for the book, like he said.
Okay, he said it was in a hidden place. In a cabin.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So where do you think we should look?
Should we
What
check
cabin?
Wait a
What
minute.
cabin?
I wonder. That cabin that was attacked by bears. I wonder if were the bears somehow cursed to do so? Or was that coincidental? I wonder if we should go check that cabin out.
I'm fine with that, but I really think maybe we should check the main cabin. I don't know why I think that, but that's what I'm thinking.
Okay, we'll check that one first. Then we'll go to the other one afterwards. You think we should go get Gur and tell him the sad news?
I think we should get Gur. Find
Okay.
out who else is missing.
Yeah. Let's just hope they didn't get Gur.
All right, so as you guys are, where are you going? Are you gonna go look for Gur or?
Yeah.
Okay, so Gur and Alice, you guys are walking around that southern trail, and I think what was the plan that you're gonna kind of go around the pond or head back?
We were going to go this way around the pond
Okay.
and then head back to the main cabin.
Okay, so you guys end up making your way to about where F is located, this small shack that's over here. And as you start approaching the shack, you see the most gruesome sight as you look over to your right, and in the moonlight you see the body of Jack, and he is impaled in the side of a tree with this large branch stuck right through his chest, and his flesh looks like it's rotting off the bone already, and there's just blood pouring all over the tree. Alice instantly just starts screaming, and it actually echoes all the way across the lake.
Well, I tell her to shut up. Be quiet. There you go. That's nicer. You know, whoever did this, you don't want them to hear you. But we need to leave now. I don't even bother investigating the body.
Okay, so she just starts. She agrees, so she just starts running. So I'm gonna have her make an athletics check. I don't know if you are gonna run or what you want to do, but
Well, I'll have to keep pace with her and make sure she
Okay.
doesn't die.
all right. So make an athletics check then. Okay, well she rolls a 9. Well, you rolled an 8. So you guys, she's frantically running and typical horror movie stuff. She's screaming and tripping over branches and getting up, and you're keeping pace with her. And every time you start passing her, and you're follow me, but she keeps falling down and screaming more and more frantically as you guys make your way without anything happening. You make your way all the way back to the main cabin, and she is extremely shook up. And as you guys make your way back, you see Scorch and Horcus just outside the cabin, You guys all meet up. Yeah, so
Well-
Guys, we found Brenda.
Alice runs inside and like slams the door behind her.
That should be alright. You guys said you found Brenda?
Yep.
Well, where is she?
Dead.
Oh. By any chance, was her skin black and like rotted?
I think so.
Well, it's funny because I just saw Jack impaled on a tree over there and his skin was black and looked pretty rotted.
We also ran into some weird spirit
Okay.
telling us
It was a
to.
little.
Go ahead, Scourge.
Nothing. I was interrupting you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
Okay. He was warning us of some sort of slasher that was going to kill us. All of us. Unless we find a book that's hidden in some cabin.
Okay.
Need a book
And
that I
then
think was hidden in the main cabin. Break the curse.
We have to find this book in the main cabin to break this curse to get rid of the slasher. Correct?
Before it kills everybody.
Oh, that ain't gonna kill me. Anyway, did the spirit give you any clues or anything like that?
Just that the book is hidden in the main cabin.
did he
No
say the
secret.
main cabin?
I'm pretty sure he said the main cabin.
Well. Yeah, the main cabin, I guess. So we gotta find a secret room. We haven't checked the cellar though yet, have we? Of this place.
First off, before we get into this, where's the other three? Where's Ned, Marcy, and Bill?
They had headed down towards the docks, I think.
Okay.
They did. And I'll just say that you didn't see them, Gur, when you did your lap around the lake.
Okay.
And now, by now, it's like 3:00 in the morning.
And they haven't made it back yet.
No.
So do you guys want to just assume they're dead?
No. I sense that they're not all dead.
Alright.
Which I could be wrong, but maybe we should. Well, we can do whatever. If you want to go to the main cabin and search for the book, or we could go get them.
Why don't we search for the book?
Okay. Said it was a hidden spot. Was it a hidden room? Did he say?
So I will say that he did tell you guys it was in a private place in the main cabin.
In a secret place, right? Hidden.
Yeah, private place, hidden in the main cabin.
And by main cabin, the one that we're sleeping in.
Yeah,
Supposed to sleep.
make an intelligence check.
All of us? Or just...
Just Scorch.
Okay.
So, you're fairly sure that this cabin that you're in would be considered the main cabin, but you're not 100%. But it seems like this being the fanciest one, this might be it. But
The main cabin. Gotcha. And you said the book was somewhere private.
yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, first thing I do is go check on Alice.
Yeah, and she's like in the corner, and she's like trying to board up the windows, and just like frantically like walking around, and she's like, "There's a killer. Somebody's out there. I don't know. I hope Steve's okay. I hope Brenda's okay. Oh my goodness. I don't know. I just want to go home."
I'll let you know this now. Brenda is dead. The other sounder, and something took her. Probably the killer.
Well, what's gonna save us? What's gonna keep us from dying? I don't know. I can't do this.
Do you see the big ass axe on my back? That's what's going to prevent us from dying. It'll be okay.
Do a persuasion check.
Alright.
Okay, nice. She starts calming down,
Cool.
and even with that, I'll give you a point of inspiration to use at some point.
Point of inspiration?
Yeah, so I don't know if I think there's a spot on your character sheet actually for inspiration. So what that is you can cash it in anytime you want, and it will grant you advantage on any die roll, like ability or attack.
Oh, cool. Oh, yep, there's inspiration. Cool.
Yeah, so it gives you advantage on one ability or like attack roll. So yeah, so Alice is like calmed down, and she's like, "All right, okay," and she just calms down, and she goes and sits on the couch, and she puts her arms around her knees, and she's just sitting on the couch, kind of rocking back and forth a little bit, just okay, I trust you.
We gotta find this book, Alice. So, if you want to help us look for this book, go ahead. If you want to just sit there, that's fine. Just scream if you see somebody that's not us.
And she's like, "Okay, I guess I could help. I'll look in the bookshelf." So she starts thumbing through stuff, and she's like, "Well, what kind of book am I looking for?"
An old book about curses, something like that.
Oh, somebody put these in alphabetical order. This makes it easy. I don't see any curses. All right, so what are the rest of you guys doing?
I'm going to go. Go ahead.
What's this book right here? That's just laying on the.
That's not the book.
Yeah, I know.
It's a TV guide.
Yeah.
All right.
The book was here the whole time.
Well then.
All right. Well, my experiences, guys. Private could be in a shit house somewhere, or in a secret compartment in a room, or maybe we should.
Well, first off, the
basement.
guy said it was private, so the only private might be privy. So I'm gonna go check the bathrooms.
Okay, so go ahead and do an investigation check in the bathrooms. Damn, so yours rolling hot.
Always rolling good.
All right. So it takes you a good 15-20 minutes of it, but you like thoroughly start checking in the bathroom. You lift the seat of the toilet, and you look down inside there, and you kind of look all over the place, and you make your way all the way to the end shower stall, all the way at the end. And you start feeling around the wall, and you feel a a loose board on the wall, and as you kind of put your fingers around the edge of this board and slide it to the side, and lo and behold, here's this book tucked between inside the studs of the wall.
Grab the book and I go, called it. I walk out.
Yep. So this book is it's fairly thick. It's a hardcover book. It's probably about 8 inches high and maybe about an inch thick.
I bring the book up to the table, say, here you go, guys. I found the book. Open it up.
All right. So the first thing you notice when you open the book is that there's a whole bunch of pages that are just ripped out of it. And then when you open the front cover is just blue. It's just this blue hardcover book. And you open the front cover, and in the first page, it says, "The Mask of the Slasher." So you start like thumbing through the book a little bit. Like I said, a large chunk of the book is missing pages. But in the beginning, the book starts talking about a serial killer who had died somewhere around this area, around the camp, 20 years prior to the camp opening. And other than that, you don't have all the pieces of the puzzle, I guess you'd say. Like, you start reading through it, and as you start like about to get some information about this serial killer and this curse, this curse that was brought upon the land, and then the rest of the pages are all missing.
And is this something he read aloud?
Sure, I'm sure you guys all kind of sat around and were reading this, so.
We all have the same general knowledge of what we see.
Yeah.
Does it say any sort of location or landmark, anything like that?
No, it seems like all the important stuff from this book. So let me back this up. This book is more, I guess I should just say, it's more of like a journal, like a field guide sort of thing.
With all the good stuff missing.
All the good stuff is missing. Just the beginning that talks about the curse is in the front, and then the actual details about this curse have all been ripped out.
Amazing.
That's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
So now
And
what?
did you check where the book was, Good, that there's no other papers or anything in there?
No, I just grabbed the book and walked out. Let me go look.
Sure. Maybe we should check the bookshelf too.
So is there anything else in the hole?
Okay, so make a investigation check and see what you can see down inside there. All right, so yeah, I mean, you're pretty sure. You kind of like peek in the hole and put your arm down there, feel around, and you don't really find anything else. You just find a pencil.
Pencil. Is there anything important on the pencil?
It just appears to be just a regular pencil, a number 2 pencil.
Oh, I grab the pencil and I walk out.
What'd you find? Anything else?
I found a pencil.
Hmm.
That's it.
I just want to check the bookshelf. Is there anything out of ordinary by the bookshelf? Straight?
Yeah, that's all like
Was there anything I
camp
noticed?
related stuff on the bookshelf, and Alice tells you like, yeah, she's already looked through all this stuff. It's a lot of like how to tie knots and how to you know how to set traps and things like that. And you see her starting to yawn, and she's like, well, I think I'm just gonna try to get some sleep, and she heads off into one of these bedrooms.
Probably Gur's room.
I was just about to say she went to my room.
Mhm.
You literally put her in her mom's sleep.
I know what I'm doing.
I bet you do.
So yeah, so she goes off to bed because she's tired.
So I just over to Gur and explain to him how I feel maybe Alice is cursed or something. What do you think about it?
You did what now?
The thought of maybe Alice is cursed or something.
Alice is cursed, huh?
It's just a suggestion.
Oh, I mean, I'll take one for the team and go find out. Now, if you guys excuse me, here, give you one of you guys the pencil, and I go off into the same room Alice went to.
Okay, so what are you two doing then? Scorch and Orcus.
All right. Oh, it's pretty much looking at Scourge and wonder and asking, how do you think this is gonna play out?
I just picture Scorch has got like his ear up to the door listening.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of over by the wall listening, trying to search for the missing papers.
Urge, in quotations.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go check around the kitchen area here there then.
So where's the book at right now? Is that
It's on the table.
Oh yeah, it's on the table.
on the table still? So up here in my room, is that bookshelf there? In this room?
Yeah, it's a bookshelf.
Is that same thing? Pamphlets and
Yeah, we'll just say that you guys spend the next like half hour just like searching and through the cabin, and or maybe the next hour. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning now, and you guys are getting exhausted, and you're literally about to suffer one level of exhaustion if you don't go to sleep, but you don't find anything in the cabin.
I'm just not even gonna say anything. I'm just gonna lay down in my room and rest of the morning, being that may only be an hour away.
All right, Harkus, what are you gonna do?
Well, I probably didn't find anything in this kitchen, so I'm just gonna head right to my bed and just lay right down, trying to rest up.
Okay, so we're gonna say you guys take a long rest, right?
Mhm.
So you guys wake up 8 hours later, and it's like almost noon by the time you guys wake up, and you wake up and you look out the window and it's pitch black outside.
Like it's nighttime
And-
again.
Yeah, like it's still nighttime.
But it's noon.
Yeah, but it's noon.
Well, we don't see this every day.
Nope.
It's noon, but it's pitch black outside.
I think it looks nice out.
Yeah, but it's not normal, so it's probably not as nice as you think it is. And I could say nothing fell off last night, so I don't think Alice is cursed. Just saying, throwing it out there.
Gur had a good night.
Fuck yeah, he did. I pick up the pencil and I walk up to the book and I make a mark in the book. Just a line.
Okay, and there's a line in the book.
That's it. Okay.
So you guys get up and it's dark out, and Alice, she gets up and she's like walking around, and she's like, well, I guess I'll go make breakfast. And she looks out the window and she's like, what the fuck? Like, why is it dark out? Did we not go to sleep?
I slept.
And then all of a sudden you hear this like scratching noise at the front door.
Pull out my great axe.
And I'm gonna try and step it away from you guys. Oh, like in the middle.
Let me move my tokens out of the way. So, at the scratching noise,
I'm gonna have my fiery hands waiting.
I'm gonna move over to the door. And, look back at Gur and say, is it for you?
So,
Probably is. Can we look out the window to see if we can see anything on the porch?
Yeah, so you look out the window and you see somebody laying on the ground right up against the door. And from the looks of it, they are covered in blood.
They're laying down in front of the door?
Yeah, like face down in front of the door.
Alright. I'll pull open the door.
Okay, so as you pull open the door, you see the face of Bill as he looks up at you, and he's covered in blood, and he's like shaking, and also like as you look out the door, or as you open the door, you see in the distance that like all around in the forest is just this thick fog, and Bill's like, everything's not fine. Everybody's hurt. He got him.
Hurt or dead?
You gotta save them. And then he like kind of like collapses in the doorway.
So is Bill dead?
Do a medicine check.
Okay.
Okay, so you look at Bill as he like kind of collapses. He's breathing, but on further inspection, you see this like large gash from like a blade going like clean cut right down through his shoulder blade, like into his back.
We all seeing this, or is just he seeing this?
Whoever went to the door, so
I did.
Scorch and Gur are at the door, so.
No, I dragged Bill inside and closed the door.
Oh yeah, so like really, you guys are probably all close enough to see what's going on.
So, what is he? Said he's got a slash down his back of his shoulder into his back.
Yeah, he looks like he's fucked up, and he's like in and out of consciousness. He's definitely not feeling good.
I drag him over to the couch and put him on the couch, face down. Well, on his stomach, not necessarily face down.
Yeah, so he's like laying there and he's starting to like mumble something, but it's not really audible. You guys can't really tell what he's saying.
I'm gonna walk back over and shut the door.
I think you already shut the door.
Yeah, I pulled him in and shut the door.
Oh.
Yeah, we're good.
Well,
And-
good news is he's alive for now.
Yeah, he's like barely alive.
Can Alice treat his wounds,
And
or do we have to do that?
so Alice is like, this is kind of like past my capabilities. Like, maybe if somebody knew some magic that could heal or something with their hands or something. I don't know. I'm just talking out loud here.
We'll use cure wounds on him.
Okay, so you cast Cure Wounds and you heal him up. I mean, he doesn't have a whole lot of hit points, so he heals right up. And Bill, he starts coming to, and he's like, "Oh, what happened? Where am I?"
You're in the main cabin. It looks like something gave you a little ass kicking.
Yeah. And as for what happened, you got to tell us.
What? So, oh man, where's everybody? Did you find Brenda?
Now, before we answer that, Bill, why don't you tell us the last thing you remember seeing?
Well, the last thing we were searching for Brenda. It was me and Ned and Marcy. We were searching down by the docks. Then we saw a light over by the old fisherman's shack. So, I mean, everything seemed fine at first. So we went over there and checked it out. Then all of a sudden, this shadow just came out of nowhere, and it like went right through Ned. I don't understand what happened, but it hit Ned with this energy. And then all of a sudden, Ned turned around and just started choking Marcy. So I pulled him off, and I did what I could. I punched him in the face. Like, I felt really bad about it, but like I had to do it. So I started beating him and hitting him, and then I just couldn't stop. And then all of a sudden this energy just rushed out of Ned, and next to him was standing this creature, this thing. It was massive, and it had this mask, and it had this like dead staring eye that burned like the fire of hell, and it had this blade, and it just struck me right across my back, and I screamed. And then I ran out of there. I'm a coward, aren't I? I left them to die. I left them to die in the shack. I don't know. I don't know what happened after that. I don't remember. I just remember waking up here. And that's the truth.
The truth, huh?
So then Alice comes over and like puts her arm around him. She's like, "Oh, Billy, you're not a coward. That was very brave of you to try to, protect Marcy. But I don't know if anybody could have fought something that you described like that. That's horrible."
Well, I saw that same creature last night while we were looking for Brenda.
Oh, it was scary, wasn't it?
And I'm afraid it got Brenda.
Oh, no.
And Jack.
Oh no, and Jack. Oh, I wonder about Ned and Mercy.
Let's just assume they're dead.
I mean, can we really assume, or maybe we should try to find them? I mean, it's got to be morning by now, right?
It's noon, Bill.
Oh, it's noon, but why is it so dark out? I don't understand.
Well, we don't know.
So everything doesn't seem fine now, does it?
No. Can anyone tell me what was in that locked cabin down by the docks?
Are you asking him?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Asking him or Alice.
gotcha. So
Yeah.
so Bill says, "Oh, I didn't go in the locked cabin. That's Steve's room, or Steve's cabin. So nobody goes in there."
Okay.
Is that a small cabin or a large cabin?
That's a small cabin, but Steve keeps it locked and private. I don't know why, but we don't ask questions. But we just assume that's, maybe that's where he keeps his money for the camp or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, that's fine, right?
For right this very second, we'll let it be. Why don't we go look in the basement? We haven't been in there yet. Let's look for something down there.
Okay.
So, just curious, like the book. Does the book say Mask of the Slasher on it?
Yeah.
Like on the cover?
On the
On the
inside,
cover it
yeah, the
does?
first page. So you open the cover, and it says on the first page, it says "Mask of the Slasher."
All right, so we're gonna search the basement.
Yep. But
Is
we
it-
have to go
is it a
outside and go
basement?
around the building.
Actually, is this a door here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you don't have to go around the building.
Yeah, I guess you can go out the back door.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so hold right there. So as soon as you guys go out the back door, you get this strange feeling. Scorch, you start getting this feeling. Or actually, this smell. You start smelling this terrible odor. It can mean only one thing. Being a paladin, you know when evil is around. Not only that, you know when evil presence is around within 30 feet of you, and this strong presence just fills your nostrils. And as you look up, you see floating across, or not floating, but like walking across the backyard, I guess you'd say, the back area. You see this figure, and it's this large figure walking towards you. It's got this blue mask and this red eye. This long blade in its hand, and this in its other hand is this black rotting flesh, and it reaches its hand out in the air. And then all of a sudden, in an instant, it disappears. And all of a sudden, Gur turns around, pulls out his great axe, and just takes a swing at Harkus. So guess what? We can roll for initiative.
Okay.
Did you say Gur takes a swipe at Horcus with his axe?
Yes. So, and if I tell you, so this thing, I don't know if I said it, it disappears, and then you look, and all of a sudden, Gur just turns around with his axe, and he just swings at Harkus.
What the hell, Gur?
It happened right at the time I was about to say, hey.
So I frightened Gur, huh?
Yeah, you're fighting Gur. Okay, so with the first round where Gur swings around and surprises Horcus. So, Gur, go ahead and make a great axe attack on Horcus.
This ain't gonna be good.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Told ya.
that definitely hits.
I can't see. Oh.
Yeah, so Horcus, you take 9 points of slashing damage, and the look on your face is just of like pure horror as this happens. So you have no reactions in the first round. Oh, I don't have Guru go first. Oh well. Okay, so go ahead, Horcus. So it's your turn now. After you just like get caught off guard and you get hit with this axe, and you look at Gur and he has this like his eyes just turn black.
Sheesh. Black. Well, I'm gonna use my poison spray on him.
Okay.
So he has to make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw.
All right, go ahead.
Constitution save.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, save.
Grace.
Don't I still take damage though?
Not with that one.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Horcus just holds out his hand and he just kind of like throws this little puff of green smoke comes at you, and it just hits you, and it just kind of like dissolves when it hits your face, and nothing happens. Anything else you want to do,
It was a
Horcus?
dud.
Well, I think that's all I could do.
All right, Scorch.
Ah. Torn between. Well, I guess the choice is between good and evil, so I'm gonna have to attack him. But and yeah, I'm gonna attack him.
Okay.
What? I want to kill him.
So I'd say move, 5 feet next to him there.
Am I? I've got a problem. Are we all standing right next to each other? We are, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, you're technically behind Horcus. You
Just
guys are kind of
Horcus is in front of me.
right. So, like I said, you gotta kind of move up diagonal from him or next to him, whatever you
Move
want.
up here. And settings are all like this. Can I? Not 100% sure how this works. Can I use this?
Yeah, that's one of your class features that you can do. So, yep. So, yeah. So you can gain advantage in tech rolls for 1 minute. So.
Do I really have to utter?
No, so
I don't know any.
No, so Scorch walks over there and just starts saying a prayer, and you go ahead and make an attack with advantage.
One of them things I'm not 100% sure how to use.
No, that's good. Did you get to do that like once a day? You get to use that channel divinity. All right, nice. It's a good thing you had advantage. So it's a 19 to hit on Gur.
16 AC.
So 5 slashing.
Yep.
So is that what that does? That gives me advantage?
Yeah, for the next minute. So so this whole battle, like every round is only 6 seconds. So basically, this whole battle, basically, you'll have advantage.
Unless for some strange reason it goes on for 30 hours.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So you got 10 rounds, basically, right? So 6. Yes. So anything else you want to do, Scorch? Before Gur murders you both?
no, I'll end my turn there.
Okay. So with that hit from the longsword, Gur draws his axe out of Horkus and then swings it over on Scorch. So great sword.
I can't great axe. And I can't disengage and just run away.
No.
Okay. Just making sure. Alright, here we go. Great axe.
Oh my God,
boy.
you roll so good.
I don't understand. Normally I'm shit at rolls right now.
That's great. So that's definitely going to hit Scorch for 7
slashing.
points of slashing damage. So these black dead eyes are just staring at you, Scorch, as he's just hammering you with this great axe. And then I don't get to. He doesn't get to use any of his class features or anything. So I was like, I'm gonna
Thank God.
I'm gonna action surge
We don't
and
need
do
to
it
do
again.
another action surge. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so go ahead, Horkus.
Okay. So, hang on. Let me see if Produce Flame. Is that a DC saving throw?
So it's a ranged spell attack. So like, if you try to shoot this little ball of fire at him, it's going to be at disadvantage.
Alright. Well, I guess I'm gonna try.
Don't be fucking around.
Guess I'm gonna try out that. I'm gonna do that poison spray again.
Okay. This time, yeah. Alright, he's got to make a DC 13. Oh, there you go.
Hey, cool.
Here we go.
So he takes 10 points of poison damage. And you see this time it actually had some effect on him. As he kind of like cocks his head sideways and like swivels his head and looks at you.
Well, that's it for my move.
Alright, Scorch.
I'm just gonna attack him again with my longs.
Oh, with a crit.
Hey.
Alright, so we are going to do the perfect crit rule.
Is
so-
that bad?
No. So you're going to get, let's see how they do it. 6 plus 4. So that was your strength plus 2. Okay, so, but you're not going to get the 4 for the crit. You're going to get 6 plus an extra, I think a longsword's a D8, right? So that does 14 damage, actually, to Gur. So, big ol' hit. Scorch swings up and you see it connect right up underneath the chainmail, and you see the blood start pouring out from under it.
Just drop back down and end my turn. So I don't want to kill him, but
Alright, well, Gur is going to now try to kill you as he swings his great axe at you. Oh, I think he's going to miss with a 15. Yeah, so he swings wide. The poison spray in his eyes and the fresh wound to his chest. He just overswings the axe. So All right, Horcus. So
All right.
remember, you can do non-lethal damage with melee attack. With a melee attack, just saying, if you don't want to actually kill Gur,
Yeah.
you just want to knock him out.
Problem is, my plus attack is pretty low, but I'm gonna use my quarterstaff on him. Of
Yeah,
course.
that's super crappy.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's all I could do.
All right, well, hopefully Scorch will save the day. All right, Scorch.
I just missed what he rolled. He rolled a 5. Or,
He rolled crap, yeah.
all right, well, I'm gonna attack him with my longsword again, but I don't know how close he is. If he's close or if it
Yeah,
It
you
doesn't even
miss.
matter because I didn't hit him.
Oh man.
This ain't good.
Oh, this is gonna.
Not
Hurt a
good
little
for
bit.
us.
There's nothing else. Is there anything else you can do, Scorch?
No.
All right. Okay, so
Get hit.
Gur looks over at Horcus and tries to take a swing with a great axe on him.
That is a hit.
Oh.
That does it. Anything hits. You only have an 11 AC.
Oh.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Talk about a perfect fucking damage roll.
Wow. So
That's the highest damage I can do.
yeah, you hear like the bones actually break as your axe just like slams into him. I love possessing people. This is great. All right, Horcus.
Well, I guess I'll give the quarterstaff a try again.
You can do it.
No, I can't.
Really?
Put together to do those all add up.
Yeah, right. Well, you add the two together. That's still yeah. Oh, it's terrible. I think we're aiming for a TPK here. All right, Scorch. Can you put him down? I'm gonna assume it's gonna
All
be.
right, well-
You're gonna do a non-lethal attack.
I'm gonna get my javelin.
Oh my god!
And,
I'm gonna run away and throw it from a safe distance.
I'm gonna same thing.
All right.
Obviously, my timing's off here, so
All right. Yeah, you swing two hands and you take the back of the sword, the hilt of the sword, and you just bash it right into his face and knock him out cold. And at that point, all of a sudden, you see this like black figure rise up from the body of Gur, and it just flies right, like passes right through the both of you, and you feel this like chilling cold feeling, and this black figure just disappears into the forest.
ugh. Let's look around, see if Gur's all right. If he's
He's bleeding out right
He's
now,
just-
so
just unconscious.
yeah, so it's actually his turn now. So Gur, you need to make a death saving throw. Ooh, that's a failure.
Boy.
Okay, Horcus.
Oh, I'll use cure wounds on him.
All right, go ahead, cast Cure Wounds. That should bring him back to life.
All right, I want to do level 1, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's probably the smartest thing to do. All right, so
So
yeah, go ahead.
What's the difference between using Cure Wounds 1 and level 2? Can you
You can heal them
choose
for more.
which? Can heal them more if you use like level 2 or 3 or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep. So the higher the
Okay.
spells, the more powerful they are.
Does he have to roll for that, or is it set?
For what?
Like if it says 7 healing,
Yeah, it
or is
rolled
that
for him. Yeah, he'd roll.
uh, oh, rolled for him?
Yeah.
So it was like 1d8.
Yep.
Must be.
Yeah. Yep. So then at
1d8
higher levels,
plus 3.
it's one d8 for each slot above. Yep. So 2d8, 3d8, 4d8, whatever.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, spells are legit. All right.
I mean,
so,
I have Cure.
Oh, you have cure wounds too, and lay on hands, so you have plenty of healing. I think the only thing that sucks about cure wounds is it's like a touch spell, just like lay on hands. There's another healing spell, I can't think of the name of it right now, but you can like do it at a distance, which is better. But I don't think you get as much health. But anyway, so yeah, so Gur comes to. He starts waking up, and he just looks like he just had like a really bad hangover. He just like he's really out of it.
So we felt like basically like what someone would say, maybe a ghost resin passed through our body type.
Yeah,
Is that what you were describing, like the chill?
yeah, you're feeling this cold chill, and you can feel the presence of evil pass through you as a paladin, Scorch.
Yeah, Scorch is not happy about the presence of evil for sure.
Yeah, so I think this is where we're gonna leave our story tonight.